Today we are going to talk about how to date better online. So most of us are on social media and dating apps, and this is where we find that significant partner, or maybe someone to date, or someone to even hook up. And even married couples are online. So yes, technology has opened a very new virtual world around us. We can just meet someone who is in a different city or who is in a different country, different state. We can meet anyone practically online. Virtual is the new reality. And it has made us love faster, made us love quicker, and it has made even heartbreaks, a lot more prevalent than what they have been too. Now, most of us don't know how to date better online. Like, even I had some very bad spoiler experiences when I went online and when I dated online. So I met people who were not their real selves, and sometimes we went ahead and then only to figure out 6 months later that it is not what it was supposed to be. And that made me pause and think that where am I going wrong? I mean, why am I meeting all those men who are quite not fitting me? So I decided to take a break and see that my dating strategy, that what kind of approach I am having towards online dating. And I came with a dating hack, and I think it's a very practical tool which can help people date easier, and they can save time, maybe few drinks, and maybe a little heartbreaks. So what is that? I call it a zero date. Now, zero date is something where you are not dating into it and you're just evaluating, you're just seeing the man. So, and it can be for both the genders, so this could be even for men also. So the first thing I did as a woman was I needed to filter the potential lead. See, you have to understand that online dating gives you a sales funnel. It's like the sales funnel. So there are so many, there are so many leads there, and you need to filter out to find the one who matches you. Now, what is that process of filtration? How do you filter out a certain person who is quite like you and who you can be, like a moderately compatible person, because there is nothing so-called as perfect compatibility. So you need to aspire for moderate compatibility and not the worst or not the terrible or not the completely screwed up compatibility. So the first thing I did was I started screening my inbound messages, because this is where online dating starts, from that one pop-up, one notification, one text message. And what was my criteria for filtering the inbound messages? So the first thing was the message should have no sexual connotation. I remember a message that I got in one of the recent, I'm saying very recently, that a man who wrote me that, Pallavi, are you okay to get involved with a man who practices ethical non-monogamy? And I was like, no, this is not who I am. And then he wrote on further that I am sexually and romantically interested in you. So no sexual connotation. This was the first criteria. Like, if a message outrightly talks about some sexual interest, or oh, you're looking hot, or you're looking damn hot, or this is like, oh, this is so beautiful, you are so beautiful. So I believe that any genuine connection can only happen through an intellect connection, or maybe some common interest, but never on sex. So I decided, no, this is something that doesn't work for me. The second criteria that I had in filtering inbound messages was that it has to have correct grammar, it has to have correct English. So there was this man who messaged me. So my sister, she set me up for this matrimonial app, and she found one potential match, and she said, Pallavi, you should talk to him. And I said, okay, let's go for it. And I started talking to him. And the very first message that I got on my inbox was, HWRU. How are you? So I was like, X, this is incorrect grammar. And I kind of corrected him. See, this is incorrect, and you may write properly frame sentences like HOWAREYOU. It doesn't take a lot of brains for that. And he tended to defend it. Who takes care of grammar on WhatsApp? that was the second red flag for me. Like, first you are using an incorrect grammar, and second you are defending it. Because see, when you are reaching out for a genuine connection and you are serious, you will also be serious in how you are communicating. So I decided to, not pursue it. Thankfully, a lot of time has saved due to those mistakes I did at, in a very early stages of dating, and I was still doing 6 months back. But now I am very clear that this is what I want and this is what I don't want, and I am very firm on it. And this really works, guys. So you should try it. The third thing that I practice in filtering my inbound messages is the message has to have something specific about me. Like, it should not be like, hey Pallavi, you're doing a great work, you're an intimacy coach and you are spreading the sexual awareness and sex education. It has to be specific. Like, say, Pallavi, I saw your TED talk and that was amazing, and the way you talk about the teenage pregnancies, and you talked about the porn addiction. It was great to hear you. Now, this is where it is specific, and this is where you know that the person is genuinely interested in you, has done his homework on you, and is interested to knowing you further, exploring you further as a person. So these are the three, criteria for online dating: filtering inbound messages. So, and you know what? When I actually tried this filter and I look back and I see all those maybe 200 plus inbound messages that I've received in, say, 3-4 months, because I work as a coach, so I get a lot of attention. And when I actually implemented this criteria, I found that only 20 to 30% of messages cleared that criteria. Like, it was maybe 10 or 14 messages. So, it makes your life easy. Like, you really don't have to go all the way and sit there and have a conversation and maybe drink, and only to realize that, oh, this evening was not worth it with him or her. So it saves your time. It makes your life easy. Now, suppose there is this man or a woman who has been through all these stages, who has a correct grammar, proper sentences, right English, who doesn't use any sexual connotation, and who is knowing you, who has done his homework about you. So you decide to meet this person. He's the one, she's the one. It doesn't work like that. All you need to see is, I want to meet this person and see whether I'm willing to spend my next 3 hours with the same person. So you only have to go with this intention. You cannot be making big plans because you don't know the person until yet. So you go and you head off for what I call as a zero date. Now, in the zero date, you are only spending 1 hour with the person and seeing if you are interested in spending the next 3 hours. So this 1 hour give you enough window to maybe have a conversation, see, and if you feel like, okay, you want to go ahead, then you can go ahead. Else you always have a backup excuse. Hey, the sudden appointment, hey, my mom is not well. See, he doesn't know you or she doesn't know you. So you can always back off and, respectfully. And I'm telling you why, because even when you meet people who you are interested online, you need to meet them offline to really ascertain, really understand where they are, where you are, and where do you meet together. I remember there was this gentleman who is an editor at one of the very big Indian newspapers. And he was pursuing me and he was wanting to meet me for an interview, and I was like, keep on postponing, procrastinating, and finally I decided to meet him. Like, let's give it a go. So I went there, we sat in a coffee shop and we were having coffee, and the whole time, throughout that evening, he was only talking about himself. It was only he, like I. And I was like sitting like this and I was listening to him, and I was like, oh God, what do I do? I am not given any opportunity to speak. And I continued staying the next 3 hours, wondering what should I do. I ended up meeting that person again and it didn't work out. So that time, take that time seriously. See if you like talking to him or maybe spending more time with him, you go ahead, or else you can always finish your zero date and go back to the dating app and try your luck. Or maybe you can write a story about it and you can put it on my blog. So the idea is, you need to be clear with the rules, the dating rules. Dating does not have to suck online. Okay, online dating does not have to suck. It is the way how you approach it, it is the way how you know you need to do date online. And best of luck.